Hey everybody, we just got this large wire chicken coop in, and I thought this would be a perfect candidate to actually do a time lapse on. So we're gonna get going on that, and I'll tell you a little bit more about it. Okay, it took me a little longer than anticipated, but I finally got this Confote chicken coop finished up and built. And I have to say, so I've had it assembled fully and completely ready for the past couple of days now, or probably since yesterday afternoon. I'm gonna have to say that I'm really impressed with it. Not only did they send you plenty of supplies, you get plenty of fencing material, but the quality of the fencing material is fantastic. It's that double layered. It's got that little rubber texture over it to where working with it, I didn't cut my hands at all. And when you're working with chicken wire, for that to happen, it's pretty rare. So I can say that it's a fantastic quality chicken wire. Now let's talk about the metal tubing. Really high quality metal tubing, at least durable for what it's used for. I want to say that overall it's 25 millimeter diameter and 0.8 millimeter thick, the thickness of the metal itself. So it's almost a full millimeter thick. And then you get the full 25 millimeter diameter for the tubing itself. You can see, just looking at it, it's fully assembled. The latch on it, it's great. The gate can swing both directions, so depending on whether you're carrying something, well, got caught there, but anyway, depending on whether you're carrying something in, you just need to open it inside, or if you need to open it outside. Free swinging works really well. So all in all, I'm extremely happy with this. I also received plenty of zip ties, so I was able to put it together very well. But one thing I did do, the zip ties work great, but I had equipment that I could use to make it a little bit more functional for myself. So I did get some hog rings, and so you can see where I have the zip ties, but I also used a lot of hog rings to tighten it up. I could have done the whole thing in zip ties, but hog rings were a little bit faster for me, so they send you with the supplies that are going to work just fine, but I used hog rings just to kind of help it out. Now, I'm going to probably get a couple chickens in here just so you can see what it looked like when I was assembling it. The chickens were going in and out of it the whole time, but very durable. Oh, and one other thing, the tubing itself is double coated for added durability. And I noticed that as I was working with the chicken wire and it was scratching the tubing, it never got past a paint layer. So it never got down to metal. So that double coating spray works really well. It does its job, right? So you can take off an initial layer and you still have paint. So throughout the entire assembly, it never got down to bare metal. And again, that's a big deal because I've worked with chicken wire a lot and it's sharp. And when it whips by paint, it typically scratches it and takes it down to metal. Didn't do that at all on this entire thing. So just take a look at it. Fantastic. Really like it. I'll be moving its actual location. I wanted to assemble it for ease of access here on my lawn, but I couldn't be more pleased with this. And then I'll do another close-up here in just a second as well to kind of show you how the seams come together. But the Confote large chicken coop, I couldn't be happier with it. It's fantastic. Okay, I told you I was gonna get the chickens in here. If you have ever had chickens, it's pretty simple. You just throw some chicken scratch out there. So not a hard thing to get the chickens in here. Like I said, this isn't gonna be the location. But what I really wanted to do is show you a little bit closer view. Let me get the camera here. I'm gonna show you a little closer view of the seams and how I assembled some of this. So, like I said, here's the gate, or the door, however you wanna call it. And this is your latching mechanism right here. Okay, so very simple latching mechanism. Drop down just like that. And now I got the chickens in there. Got a couple roosters in there right now. Couple roosters, couple hens. So here were my seams. Let me see if I can get this to focus on those. I hope it can. But anyway, So you can see the difference here. Let me see if I can get to focus on this. That's not focusing too well. There we go. Okay, so here you go. You can see the hog rings. Those are what I used in a couple of areas because it's a little bit faster, but the zip ties work just as well. Let me bring it over here to show you just straight zip ties. Okay, so you can kind of see what it looks like with just the zip ties. So what I did is there's a couple different ways to do this. You can either butt the seams up just end to end, or you can overlap. And what it looks like to overlap, let me show you really quick what an overlap. So here's an example. You can do this with, like I said, hog rings or zip ties. This is just straight hog rings, butted up end to end. Okay, you can see what that looks like. And then here is overlap. Let's see if I can get it to focus on this. This is overlap. Do you see where the wire overlaps? And it looks kind of like a web, like webbing. I'm gonna keep my hand in here just because it'll keep it focused. Okay, do you see how that overlap? I prefer the overlap method, but I wanted to do it in both ways just so you can see that you can do it either way, it's fine. The important thing is just that the chickens can't get in or out, or the chickens can't get out and a predator can't get in. But this overlap method, a chicken can't squeeze through there and you use less zip ties or hog rings. But if you look on the butt end-to-end method, you have to use quite a few more hog rings and then you still have a little seam. I'm not worried about anything getting in there or the chicken getting out, but just to show the difference there. But like I said, super pleased with the way that it turned out. You can kind of see the tarp here and how that looks. But fantastic product. Here's the bigger one over here that I have the chickens in. And here you go. Just give you a good view, walk around of how this looks. I'm so pleased with this. It's just a fantastic product. You couldn't go out and buy the materials and buy it this well for less than what you pay. And I'm not just saying that. That's the dang truth. It's just a fine product. There you go.